Gotta get my headphones situated properly.
Do you guys use headphones?
No. That's their setup.
I mean, I've
It
seen.
only allows for 3 mics.
Yeah,
I've
3
seen the
mics,
corner,
USB plugged in.
Last time I was here, like this was the first time I've seen this setup. Before that, we had like the headphones with the actual mic piece.
All those gaming headphones.
I felt like I was in
gaming.
I feel like I was like a NFL coach or something.
That's right.
Go and Blaze.
Huh? That is my closet. These are all my clothes in here. Well, I like the same color scheme, you know? A lot of people say that I'm an autumn, but I really think I'm more of like an aqua, you know?
Really nice.
I don't want more color. I know what I like, and I stick to it. Yeah. That's even those like maroon shirts to the right. I'm worried about because that's more Ryan's color. Yeah. I can't. Yeah, I can't take Ryan's color. I'm gonna have to turn us up a little bit.
Well, if you are you gonna turn us up on there or do
No, I
need
turned
to
us up on here just so
Okay.
like all of our levels are consistent.
Okay.
Levels. It's all about the levels.
Do you need a stand? I have stands too.
I'm good. You know. Do you see
Nice.
these guns? Like I can hold up a microphone.
Okay.
You good?
Sure.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is Mambo number 5.
Brandon, are you here? Oh, he's in trouble. He's in trouble.
I know that was an intense read.
You're
What's
having
going on over
fun
there?
with your boys.
Watching.
He's looking at Bryce Harper, right?
No, he's
Oh, man.
watching some Clippers.
That's been
They're
me.
probably
Clippers
playing
are
like
playing right
some.
now.
That's been me.
They're
24/7.
just getting smoked on the board.
They're saying that if the Padres do it, they're not going to do it obviously today, just because the Super Bowl.
Oh, yeah.
They don't want to be
Oh,
eclipsed
yeah.
by.
I don't know where your guys' sources are.
I do. I get all my stuff through Reddit and like it's like
Twitter.
So like,
Yeah,
but, like,
everything's on Twitter. I do.
Kevin
I do
AC,
Twitter,
he's talking.
but
to me
I only
directly.
do like verified accounts on Twitter.
no the so like the. Are we recording or just talking?
Just talking.
Oh.
Just talking.
So like one of the guys that I found, he like has all the information that he's getting is like sources, but he's producing all of it before it actually comes out. Like all the stuff that he's saying, like he talked about.
He's the source that people say my sources are saying.
Yes, basically. And even though this guy's not verified, like you look at his timeline, all the information he's been like sending out is like he's saying it before it actually happens, and it actually happened.
So it's a verified source, essentially. Like he'd have a check mark on his name on Twitter.
His name is not a check mark, but the information he's been
They have
producing.
check marks on Reddit?
No, it's a Twitter account.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were talking about
so
Reddit. My
Reddit,
bad.
like people are like pulling all the stuff off of online. Like people are like digging this stuff up, and they're like people are just scouring the internet because they have nothing better to do.
Yeah.
And they're like pulling this information up, and
Like us.
and
Yeah,
so
exactly.
so what they're and like the guy I guess has like he's got a good source.
So
he
he-
produced the Machado before it actually happened, and Harper before it happened.
So he
and it's like shown up on the timeline.
so he says Renfro to the Marlins for sure, right?
No, he didn't say that. No, he said, but he did say
God.
Harper's
That
got
Real
a.
Muto trade?
He said Harper's got a really good deal on the table that he would like.
I know we all thought like before it actually went down that the Harper meeting was just more for publicity because Ryan, you said that they had the same agents, so it was like give.
Are we
Harper,
recording it?
I mean, I'm kind of recording, but we don't have to put it on there.
No, because like this is good recording material.
This is.
We are recording it.
Okay.
But
Because I was gonna say, like,
Yeah.
we talked about that, but now as the information is coming out from the Padres organization that they want, like Bryce Harper as the face of the Padres for marketing, it makes more sense that way.
Yeah,
because you
but
can't market Machado as much as you can market Harper.
exactly, and
If
that's
they
what I
were-
was saying. I like
Yes.
beforehand, we thought it was just like they're meeting with him because they have the same agent,
Yeah.
and it'll get Harper a better deal, and Machado will now accept an offer, like look at an
Yeah.
offer from the Padres.
Well,
so.
and I think if you look at it too, like with Machado, he fills a need, right?
Mhm.
But there's also players out there that can fill a need, and we also have Kinsler right now, as much as Brandon hates him, but we have Kinsler, Tatis.
I don't hate him, but
I know, but like we
Well, it's
weren't
just not
excited
as good
about
as
it.
a pick as
We weren't
I'm just kind of
a trade that
I'm
we
like,
could
this
have
is
done
just
for
a
it.
total Padre move.
We weren't
Exactly.
excited about it. Yeah, exactly.
Exactly.
But there's
Moustakas
Tatis, who they're
as well,
talking
that'd be a
about.
Padre.
He could come up sooner, like this year, than we thought. There's Urias. There's obviously Moustakas out there still. Where Harper feels not a need in the organization from a personnel standpoint, it feels the need of we need somebody for fans to get excited about.
Yeah.
Because with all the prospects that we have coming up, it should be a good team. But with having a young, good team, you need a leader. You need somebody. And say what you want about Bryce Harper as well. Like, obviously, we're pretty much at the, in agreement. Mike Trout's the best player in baseball. But Bryce Harper is the most exciting player in baseball.
Exactly. He's like why we like Phillip Rivers. You know what I mean? Phillip Rivers wears his emotions on his sleeve. He kind of,
That's a perfect analogy.
It's just like a guy that's out there. He wants to be out there every day. He's trying his
plays
hardest. He wants
hard.
people to be excited while he's playing.
To me, like, Bryce Harper is the epitome of what I like about baseball.
Yes.
It's somebody
I like
that's
those
going to...
guys that are hyped up. They want their team to do good. If they strike out and they're not doing good, they're going to be like...
He's the person snapping the freaking bat over his knee, yelling at the umpire, getting tossed. It's like... It's the things that you need to make baseball exciting, because baseball's not an exciting sport all the time.
Yes. To me, in my opinion, he's probably the face of baseball over Trout, even though Trout's the best player.
Yeah, I'd say the face of baseball is probably like... Yeah, maybe him or Judge, like Aaron Judge.
Judge is up there, certainly. Yeah. But, I mean, going back to the Padres, I think it would be, if they have him in the lineup, you're taking pressure off all these young guys who are coming up. Because when they're coming up, there's a lot of expectations on Fernando Tatis. Some of these young guys, they start, they go into a little slump when they first get called up.
Yeah.
They start pressing a little bit. And once you start pressing...
Trout's from Nevada too, so he likes the west part of the United States.
You mean Harper's from?
I'm sorry, yeah, Bryce Harper. But
Trout does too, though.
Yeah, but I know, yeah. With Bryce Harper though, I mean, he plays so freaking well at Petco. Obviously, he's playing against the freaking
Hosmer
Padres.
though before he signed with us, but
Hosmer's on that like every other year thing.
My thing with Hosmer though isn't that he played bad last year. I mean, if you look at his RBI totals from the year before to when he was with the Padres, he wasn't hitting with people on base.
Yeah.
And that's the biggest thing is like, some of his, flyouts are moving people into scoring position with nobody cleaning him up. Some of his flyouts are coming with two people out because he's batting third in the lineup that can't get anybody on base.
He's just not the go-to guy, I think. I think he's a good complementary piece, Hosmer, but I
think Hosmer's going to play well this year, though.
No, I think so, too. Yeah. But I'm saying, like, Harper's like a guy you're like, all right, I'm putting him in the lineup. He's going to be the three-hitter, and everybody's going to be afraid to pitch to him. And then, Hosmer's kind of like...
consistency, you get some...
Hosmer could play good off of Harper.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
And if you look at baseball as a whole, like the year the Astros won the World Series, the year the Cubs won the World Series, it's about their team getting hot. It's not about the players individually. The best players in baseball tend to not win World Series. I mean, you look at Mike Trout, you look at Manny Machado, you look at some of these guys, Bryce Harper when he was with the Nationals.
Well, that's something we even brought up in the last podcast. There are all these big names not falling, or these big pieces not going anywhere because big names don't win you World Series.
No, it's about everybody getting together. Like, I mean, I know from my baseball experience when I was playing, I played better when I was playing with players who were better. And having Bryce Harper on your team is going to make Will Myers better. He's going to make Eric Hosmer better. He's going to make young players like Tatis or Urias.
The excitement of it. It's the wanting to win and the wanting to be out there and try harder.
Yeah.
But I don't know. Yeah, we'll see. You guys ready to get into it? Mm-hmm. Let's just do this.
Got us warmed up.
Are you guys ready? Let's do this.
Let's start the show.
Enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. Enjoy the show. Lights, camera, action.
What's up, everybody? Three amigos and a podcast. We got the All Bad podcast sitting in.
One
of them.
The future Mrs. Sturdivant sitting in here. Miss Shaylee Simonton currently. And Mr. Chad Cunningham, our resident...
New Padres fan.
Yeah, new Padres fan, our resident guest always. From that little, intro bit, do you feel like you're more educated about the Padres now? Oh, yeah, you're excited now?
At the end of the day, we're probably not going to sign Bryce Harper.
Well,
Don't put that evil energy out there.
I'm trying to get him. You need to understand how the Padres work. They just tease us.
Well, the good thing is that he's getting in ahead of the curve, so you can be a Padre fan and you won't be a bandwagon Padre fan because you're getting in the season early. So next year's when the bandwagon gets big.
Supposedly.
It's not supposed.
I'm hoping.
I'm pretty confident they're going to be
you
like
okay
an
over there,
elite
Ray?
team next year.
You okay? He knocked
I was
that thing
fixing
off.
my mic. Yeah, I knocked it off.
Oh man! So everyone that is listening, this is our little special episode earlier
Super Bowl
today.
edition.
It's Super Bowl Sunday, yeah, Super Bowl edition. But we had
Big
the
game edition.
Yeah, we had the beer pong tournament going on today, and it was the first game. We just weren't flowing that well, and then the All Bad podcast took that one. The second game, dude, I was cold as fucking ice, man. I could not make a shot for it.
Did you make anything?
He made 2.
I made.
I think it was Ryan.
At the end of the
Ryan
day,
and Brandon were
no, the end of the day, I made 5.
Okay,
but I
total
couldn't-
between 2 games.
Well, Ryan
in the second
seriously
game.
carried the team for the first half of the game. He made I bet you he probably finished 60% of the cups.
Oh, yeah, no
and
doubt.
then I got those last 2 cups, but other than that, I was pretty cold too.
yeah, dude, I was
And then-
pretty.
Yeah, I couldn't
And then
make a
he-
cup at the beginning, and then I just
Kind of bums
heated
me
up
out that
in
we
the
had to
middle.
push that 3rd game back because I was feeling it.
I know.
I
So
was
yeah,
feeling
I
it.
mean,
I was feeling it.
I know.
it just kind of sucks that you have inconsistencies
What are you
in
talking
your
about?
lineup.
My lineup?
You bring these 2
I
guys
don't blame it on the lineup.
that have to bail on us when we're ready to go.
I don't know what to say.
It's all right.
We were hoping to finish you in 2 games, but
Yeah, we're not the little brother podcast anymore, man. We've proven ourselves.
honestly, I don't consider you guys a little brother podcast. We're like the old little brothers. That's how we feel because you guys are whatever at 30 plus. You have the 1,000 downloads.
We're 30 years old? What are you talking about?
Well,
30
tech-
No,
plus?
tech-
you have
technically-
30 plus podcast episodes.
yeah,
episodes.
Oh yeah,
Technically,
yeah.
it's our
We're killing it.
30s.
We're
I was
not
like,
talking
what
about age.
I
We're
was-
clearly
yeah.
your elders, so we deserve a little
You're
respect.
30
At least
Plus.
respect us in that sense.
Respect us exactly. Respect us in that sense, but I respect you 3 in your
We're dedicated,
ability
man.
to run a really good sports podcast, and I've been a fan of it. I look forward to Friday afternoons when Dean drops it.
Dean's dropping the pod.
Yeah, that's
Drop
a
it.
Producer Dean,
I
at
just
it
call
again.
I call it phoning in Friday at work because I don't really feel like doing shit, and I'm like, oh
You
man.
do nothing at work on Friday.
Chad walks into my office and he's like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, I gotta upload this podcast now." He's like, "Are you helping?" No, I'm not doing anything. I'm just doing this podcast. I'm sitting here.
It's good to know how dedicated Dean is, though. That's good.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Maybe one day we can all quit our day jobs.
That's the goal, right?
That's the goal of
That's
every
the goal, is
podcaster.
Hot.
Billy keeps on saying this
Podcast.
podcast has to make money by the end of the year. I'm like,
We don't
we're
don't
like the
necessarily
Padres.
have
Maybe next year.
we keep recording. Maybe one day.
Well, we keep recording. We're up on Patreon and all that other stuff, and just no one gives us.
I
any
haven't
money,
seen any
so-
sort of Patreon pub at all. You haven't been pushing it.
Well, I mean, I would say
where
that
has it
that's,
been?
that's our weakest point is our publicity and
I'll
our,
give you $2.
$2.
our promotion of ourselves.
Great, that can
we
buy-
don't really promote.
I'll double
ourselves
your
very
I
well.
budget.
can buy an eighth of a pair of Brandon socks.
Yeah.
What are you saying? You're buying an eighth?
What?
What? My fault.
We don't need to buy weed.
My fault.
I said an
It's
eighth of
homegrown
Brandon's socks. The socks that he likes. These
Stand
Stance.
socks. That's
Stance.
right.
yeah.
Someday we'll all have our logos on some stand socks.
I didn't even know it was a thing until he brought it up. They
Yeah.
are freaking comfy though. I will say
Dude,
that.
I love those socks.
These socks are super comfortable. My feet feel dry too.
Yep.
Feel like I'd run faster, jump higher.
Yep.
That's it. That's all you guys got.
That's all
I
I
was
got,
trying
man.
to think of the next line in that song though. They're talking about what's that movie? That,
No, it's
that
from
was-
Sandlot.
Sandlot.
oh, was it? Is
It's not
that
a
what they say?
song.
Oh no.
No, it's from that
That's what
Lonely
dude, I got
Island
P-
song.
I got
It's like,
PF flyers
Run
in my
faster,
closet
jump
right now.
higher.
No, that's
Man.
because it's from the Sandlot.
It's from Sandlot. I got my PF flyers in the closet
That's
right
all
now,
them.
dude. I could.
Y'all
That's-
run the beast?
So on Friday we had a little Super Bowl party at my work, and then this other guy, Fadi, that I work out with, I forget how it came up. Chad, how did it come up? We were talking about like who's faster or something like that, and Chad was like, "Oh, this guy's way faster than you." And
He said that to you?
he said that. Yeah, he said that to me. He was like, "Body's
Body in a 100-meter sprint.
That's a
he's
bold-
100% faster.
That's a bold
no
statement, though,
100
man.
meters. I could have taken him in 100 meters."
You were falling off. It was like 25 meters.
Dude, have you felt those shoes? I'm running in Converse. They're
He was
flat-footed.
running in
Okay, you
jeans.
blame it on the shoes.
I was
now.
running in jeans too.
Dean, are you
He
losing
slipped,
it? Dean?
and he
Oh,
almost
okay.
beat you.
Let's be honest, though.
So-
are you losing a step?
No, I didn't lose a step. I beat him
Alright.
twice. I beat him twice.
I'll race
First
you.
time, the first one,
You'll lose,
the
no
first
doubt.
race,
I got a brace on
you
right
jumped the
now. I'll
line.
beat you.
I didn't jump the
You
line.
jumped the line.
They said I jumped the line, and it was like
I was standing at
maybe
the line.
maybe a half a second.
And then the
I
second
wasn't
one,
like 3 steps ahead of him.
It was like good half a second ahead.
All I'm saying is we ran twice, and I beat him twice.
You're
So-
a cheater
He slipped the
twice.
second time, and he caught up to you. So in 100 meters, he would win. He ran a marathon just because he wanted to.
Marathon
Marathon
and
doesn't mean
100
shit.
yard. Explain it to him. Tell him.
Marathon's endurance.
I get that, but he's fat.
And marathon's 100%
no,
endurance.
but I would
Yeah.
put money on 5.
Because I will never run a
The short
marathon
sprints,
ever.
the guys are like buff. They're jacked because it's just like a
I would
quick.
put money on Fadi over.
And then all the
100
marathon
marathon
runners
guys,
are
they're-
like lanky.
Dude, you can be fat and run a marathon. It's about endurance. It's about practice. You know how many fat people I see run marathons? Lots.
Tell him.
He said
Lots of fat people. You can practice running. That doesn't mean you're in shape.
Well, you see a lot of fat people walk marathons too. You're like,
All I'm saying is, I'm like
Because it's
like-
cardiovascular
I'm like Schmidt.
endurance.
I'm like Schmidt
It's not-
from New Girl. I got these fleshy tree trunks.
Okay.
all right,
Anyways.
cover up. Jesus.
Yeah, cover up. This is disgusting.
Cover that up.
Well, why are you guys
We're
looking?
currently
over
in a room that has blankets over the windows.
It's
I don't
the
want to
helpless-
see this stuff.
seducing
it's
us.
there?
help-
So this is called sound treatment, unlike your podcast knows.
Sound treatment.
That's why there's no echo.
Okay.
Hey, let's stay on point. All right, so we got the Super Bowl today. Are we all in agreement that we're going with the Patriots?
Patriots,
Dude,
100%.
Rams. No, I'm just saying,
No,
Patriots.
all Patriots.
All right, let's go around the room real quick. Final
What-
score. What's your
Cool.
prediction?
Everyone-
Damn. Okay. What's the over/under on it? Do you know?
2.5.
No, the
Patriots.
over/under is
Oh,
54.
4. And then what's the point spread?
2.5.
2.5.
Well, depends on where you. It was 2.5 earlier in the week.
No,
If
but
you go
what's
now,
the
it's
total?
2.
What's the total point spread?
That's what he said. What was it?
54, right?
54.
Oh, 54. Sorry. All right. Oh,
I'm-
man.
For me, 27-23. Pats pull it off.
Oh, it's close.
Yeah.
It's close.
Yeah.
You think they run off early and then have to hold them off, or
I think, well, I look at both these teams, they actually can run the ball pretty well. I just saw a stat that Sonny Michel could be, I think one of like 4 or something like that who's ever had 3 100-yard rushing games in the place in one postseason.
Who gets
Well,
MVP?
I think C.J. Anderson's in that talk
Well,
too.
C.J. Anderson's killing it too, but I mean, both these teams can run the ball, so you could just see a lot of time management there.
Yep.
I'm going to take the under, though, and I'm going to take 24-20.
All right,
Pats.
all right. Shaylee, you want to give a call?
Nah, I'm good.
You have to ask her a question that's more in her realm. Does what's
you
the dude from
think-
Maroon 5? What's his name?
Adam
Levine. Does
Levine.
Adam Levine get off stage and perform in the audience?
Absolutely.
You said absolutely?
Yeah.
What song is he gonna sing? The payphone song?
Yeah.
I'm on a payphone.
God, that was terrible.
What?
You guys don't have him in your headphones like I do, and
That's pretty much what I hear, too.
I think my ears started crying. That was
Sounds
fucking
like that
horrible.
basketball
I'm not a
song.
fan of his. Like,
All right, Chad, what do you got?
24-34.
24,
I like
Oh, he's going
34.
big.
I like
lead.
that.
I was gonna say 24-34. I think that's where it's gonna be.
All right,
Pats.
biter. We all know-
34-38 Patriots. I feel like
Oh,
James
you
White's
taking
gonna
the over.
James White is gonna get MVP.
Well, I'm hoping that Gronk wins the MVP because I got $10 to
No
win.
one cares about your $10 bet.
Dude, I could
$10
see- I
to win
could-
1,300.
I
Yeah,
could see
I
Gro-
fucking care about it.
I can
Okay,
see
well
Gronk
then-
pulling it off, man. This
Who?
Gronk.
Gronk. He came in clutch.
I think he was
He's
holding
been
out.
saving it all year.
Yeah, he was
Yeah.
holding up.
That
big
son of a
time.
bitch.
Yeah.
He's been saving it all year. He's like, oh no,
Cost me
I'm
a
hurt. I
fantasy
can't
out of
play.
the-
No. What am I
Gosh,
gonna do?
just that the conference championship game, the AFC conference championship game, that could have been the Super Bowl, and I would have been plenty satisfied.
Hey, I will say this.
I don't know, dude.
We
I think
put
I lost a
clutch.
couple years on my life with that one.
We put money on that. I'd never been more confident in my money than putting money on the Patriots.
It felt good.
Yeah, it did. It felt really good.
But
Yeah,
I
it
think
did.
more
It
people
felt
expected
good.
the Chiefs to dethrone the Patriots as opposed to
Maybe
the Rams
maybe
taking
next
down
year.
No.
taking down the Saints.
The Chiefs are one and done, man. This is it for them.
You think so?
Hell yeah.
Why do you think that?
I just don't.
Just charging them with Super Bowl next
Dude.
year.
It's not just the
Okay.
fact that it's because if you look at the history of what happens with teams with the MVP on their team, we're looking at Cam Newton, Matt Ryan, Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady obviously won, or even Derek Carr, who was up for MVP. It's hard to reproduce that season again. So Mahomes is for sure going to take a step back. He ain't throwing for 50 touchdowns next year. And the biggest reason that they were able to win games was because their offense dominated and their defense is terrible. They can't fix all their defensive needs next year. So I don't see them making it back to the AFC Championship game next year. I think you look at a team like the Ravens, who has a good defense already, and Lamar Jackson's going to have a whole offseason as the starting quarterback.
Yeah.
You look at a team like the Steelers, you can't sleep on them from year to year.
Well, I mean,
You
you,
know,
stick in that conference, you look at the Browns.
You
like,
just
the
made
Browns
Chad
up and
really
coming.
happy
I know,
just
but
now by saying that, by the way.
And not to mention, the Chiefs have to go up against the Chargers, who are, they appear in the division championship game this
Best
year.
team in the NFL.
And then they had
Not in the
the
Super Bowl.
Broncos.
Get
I
outta
mean,
here.
the Broncos are one piece away from being a playoff contending team. They have a solid defense.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if Case Keenum's not running that offense this year, if they have,
Yeah,
gosh.
they have good defense, good wide receivers, good run game.
And there's going to be some free
Phillip
agent
Lindsay's-
quarterbacks
yeah.
this year, man.
Finally,
Phillip
get Joe
Lindsay-
Flacco.
I mean,
I mean,
the
that
AFC
team
is
would
going to
turn
be
around
tighter.
with Joe Flacco. Don't
Yeah.
say like Joe Flacco's a bad
I
quarterback.
think he would work in that
Joe
system.
Flacco would play great for them. I mean, they have players that can. I mean, Cortland Sutton has showed his ability to spread the field. You have another dude, obviously, with Emmanuel Sanders. They got weapons on that team. Broncos aren't a team that I sleep on. I don't see the Chiefs walking through the season as easy as they did. Another big thing you have to remember is when you finish well, your schedule gets harder.
Yep.
They don't
Yep.
have to play the Chargers at home this year.
Yep.
They get to play
They-
them in Mexico City.
Yeah, and
That's
gonna
a
be
huge
tough
loss
game.
for the Chiefs.
That's going to be a tough game
Yeah.
already. Yeah, if you can't have home field advantage,
Yeah.
especially in a place like Arrowhead. Like,
But they dress it up. They dress up the stadium to be Chiefs.
Mexico
No,
is really just tough to play in.
But I mean, I think that the Chiefs. I don't foresee. I'm not saying that they're not going to be a playoff team. I just don't see them dominating the NFL. So the fact that the Patriots beat them, to me, I feel like there were some people that jumped on the wagon a little prematurely. Again, writing off the Patriots as a team that's not good. We talked about it last week. This is the worst Patriots team that Tom Brady's had to play with.
well, not the least
No, it's the worst team that-
talented- like, there's not a lot of talent. There's not a big name.
Yeah, I don't think they're the worst. I feel like they've had some better teams in the past. Maybe.
No, that's not. Yeah, they have had better teams. This is
Well,
the
it's
worst-
opposite of the
worse
worst,
teams
yeah.
in the past. I mean,
I can't remember a year in the last
I don't know. I
15
feel like
years.
a couple of years back we could probably pick. I'd have to look at the roster.
But
I
a
feel
couple
like-
years ago, they had Edelman, they had Butler, they had.
I think the difference is in the previous teams that they had that could technically be better. They had better names, but either they weren't at full strength, they were hurt, or something was missing.
I think there's more depth at running back this year, but that's about the only.
and I think their offensive line is.
But their defense isn't as.
souped up compared to
Their
the past.
offensive line's always good. If you look at the Patriots, they're always drafting in the first 2 to 3 rounds depth at offensive line. So it's a pure plug-in offense.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying that their offensive line isn't always good. I'm just saying I think the offensive line's better this year than previous, and that's why they're doing so good. Tom Brady hasn't been sacked in the postseason.
Yeah, I don't know if that's pure offensive line though. I think that's a lot of their
He
offensive
just gets
schemes.
the ball out
Yeah,
real quick.
I
He
mean,
gets
if
it
you
out quick,
watch
but I
that,
mean, you can't not give them
If you-
props for not a sack
if you
in the
watch the
postseason. Like that's
if
that's
you
pretty
watch the
incredible.
Charger game, dude, Bosa and Ingram knocked him on his ass like 30%
Oh.
of that game.
Yeah,
And he just got the ball out before. I
Yeah.
mean, so the offensive line wasn't playing phenomenally. Their run offense is playing great. But I'm talking about their pass blocking. Their pass blocking has been suspect.
I don't know. It'll be a good game though.
Yeah.
I think we're all in the Pats team, Pats field.
If the Rams win, though,
I'll be mad.
If the Rams win,
It ain't
it's
good.
more or less like
it's not good for football. I'll tell you
it's
that.
not
right
good for football, but it's like good for you. You got what you needed out of what you wanted. Like you
Yeah.
paid for all these players,
But
you
it's
made
not
all
good
these
for
moves,
football.
But
For a team that just moved to Los Angeles that doesn't have a fan base, it's not good for football if the Rams win.
we'll see.
That's going to be a small parade.
Well, I want to get in. I want to save all the MVP awards and Defensive Rookie of the Years. And
Fuck that. I don't
offensive
even want
rookie-
to talk about that shit.
I want to save all that for our next podcast, so we'll pick that up next time. Any last words from the peanut gallery over there?
He's talking to Shaylee and Chad.
Nah, you guys are good.
Talking to me.
All right, everybody. You are listening to the Beer Pong Champions of the podcast
All
world
right,
in
all
the
right,
Three
all right.
Amigos and a
It's
podcast.
not over yet.
Because the All Bad podcast
They
is
forfeited, right? Yeah.
We have not forfeited.
If
You
they
guys
don't show
walked
up, you
out.
forfeit.
I told Dean.
no,
It's fine. That's fine.
we'll pick it
Y'all
up.
can win because y'all, the little big brothers.
Oh, Jesus.
I'll just give it to you.
As the number 1 podcast to the number 4 podcast, it was a fun time.
Hey, 4 is still good. 4 is my favorite number. So
Hey, that's my birthday.
nice.
Tomorrow.
Ryan's birthday's tomorrow.
Oh, happy early birthday.
Thanks.
How old you gonna be?
27.
Oh my.
Getting old.
No, I don't want to hear it. You got some good years left, boy. My best years are behind me.
All right, let's wrap it up. Let's go eat.
Whoa,
Let's go-
whoa! It's not
What?
over yet.
What's not over yet?
Let's
We
talk
didn't
about
get to
something
get- We
fun.
didn't get any of his. I mean, I was gonna bring up the fact that we got a couple big trailers coming out in this game today. There's
Yes.
allegedly another Endgame trailer.
We
coming
made it
out.
all about your podcast.
All
We
right,
talked
fine.
about this guy.
Fine.
Tom Brady is gonna
I'll
be
cut-
Tom
I'm not-
Brady.
I'm
I'll
not
cut
gonna-
that part out of it, and we'll go into it.
Yeah, this is supposed to be a simulcast. This is supposed to be 2 podcasts colliding, but it seems like we're more.
Fine.
Three
Let's
amigos
get in. Let's get into the All Bad podcast part
All
of
right.
it.
Hey,
Hey, what's the last movie everyone saw?
We
Mid
saw-
'90s.
we-
I actually just watched the mid '90s movie
Dude,
last night.
We saw the last movie we watched The Mummy yesterday. Mummy and Mummy Returns. But
Those are good.
Those are good movies. Those are good movies.
The first
Well,
one for sure.
I haven't even
Have
seen
you
the
seen
third
the Tom
one.
Cruise one?
That falling in the same realm with those?
Does
It's
not
it's
look
like a
good.
reboot, right?
Oh shit! No, I haven't seen that. But
Brendan Fraser was phenomenal.
yeah, he was good. He was good. But the last movie we saw in theaters would be Bohemian Rhapsody.
Okay, how was that?
Ooh,
I
I
haven't
love
seen it
that
yet,
movie.
but it's getting.
It
You
was
loved it.
phenomenal.
I started watching some of that on popcorn time. It was pretty good.
It's good, man. If you have any history with Queen, even if you just they're big hits. I mean,
Well, they just got. Yeah, they got. it.
it's a good story because I've liked the movies that. I should say the actual artists are helping produce.
Uh-huh.
So you saw it with Straight Outta Compton, and you saw it
Yeah.
with this movie where the people are still alive and they can help produce the movie. So the storyline is pretty accurate. They obviously Hollywooded up a couple things as far as when Freddie Mercury was diagnosed with AIDS and when he told people. But it was good, man. I mean,
Spoilers.
I know.
Spoilers.
You can't-
Diagnosed.
you can't
Oh my
spoil,
goodness.
You can't spoil a movie.
Hopefully
that's
everything's
history.
all right with him.
No, he,
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I mean, huge Freddie Mercury fan.
he definitely did.
I heard they kind of toned down the whole bisexual. The
To me, it didn't seem like they were.
I haven't seen it, so that's why.
Coming up, through the 90s or 80s and 90s, it was definitely a Freddie Mercury is bisexual thing. But the thing that they kind of wanted to reiterate to people was he was gay. There was obviously
Well, that's the other half of the bi.
No, but there's a difference because I feel like when somebody's bisexual when they're younger, it's because they're not willing to completely come out and say I'm gay. But with Freddie Mercury, it just seemed like he was in love with the person, loved everything about him, just not a physical standpoint. And then you realize that he's actually interested in men sexually. So they didn't even really pull out the whole he's bisexual. It was more about the fact that he was attracted to men. And you see his battles on a day-to-day basis with going through that in a time that it really wasn't okay to be that.
Right.
So it was a good movie, and the actor did phenomenal.
Yeah, have you seen Mr. Robot?
No.
Really good TV show.
Okay, niche reference over
Rami
here. Never even heard of
Rami
that.
Malik is
Yeah.
the actor that played Freddie
Well, I
Mercury. He's
figured that's where he was
phenomenal
going with
in
it.
Mr. Robot. It's like, yeah.
I mean, I don't recommend a ton of movies that you guys haven't already seen, but if you haven't seen that one, definitely give it a shot.
I definitely want to
The
see that one.
music in it too, like they did because one of the things I hate about when they do movies about bands or artists is they leave out so much of the music. They did such a good job of incorporating their music into the movie.
I will just say the one thing about Queen is their songs that aren't hits are so hard to listen to.
No way, man.
no.
Are you okay? I
don't
will
think you're
play you
trying
guys the
hard
vinyl because the song.
So what songs are you talking about?
I have that. Their big album is the War. What is it? The War Against the World or whatever it is. The one with the big robot on.
Big
You
albums.
tell me.
They do have some weird songs,
Yeah,
though. They
that's
have a
what I'm
lot of
saying.
those, but
The
they're
thing with Queen though is they were so before their time. I mean, if you like, they were not like considered like they did this whole Live Aid concert where they weren't even considered top performers. And then a
and
decade
that
later, like they were.
That one's amazing.
Like they're still
It's
one
like
of
the
the
best-
top trending albums out in history. So I mean, I would say probably like if you're not into it, stick to their hits like albums, but you can still get a few good songs out of each album from that.
Dean, you can't relate to a gay guy?
No, I'm just saying is I have a couple of their vinyls and the songs that are away from their real hits. There's a couple of them that they try to be too artistic with, and you're just like, man, this is a hard one to listen to. Where
Do
the
you
guy's
ever-
going
do
like,
Do you ever think like a band
they
just says like, this is not going to be anything. This is just like purely filler for the album. Like
Yeah, like we have to get this song.
we just
out
like
there, yeah.
we need like
We need
10
12 songs, yeah.
Exactly. Just like this is
well,
gonna,
I do feel like that's with some people, but I feel like with Queen, they were trying to incorporate so many different aspects of music, and they're trying to do so many different things, and that's kind of why some of their hits are so big. You know what I mean? It's just because they're trying to do
Bohemian
something
Rhapsody,
different than
didn't really take off until several years later.
yeah, like Bohemian Rhapsody. We Are the Champions, like that kind of stuff. That's just a weird song. Like they're weird, different songs.
They are like,
Go
yeah.
listen to Somebody to Love or Fat Bottom Girls or what's the other big one, Shaylee? What's the one you like a lot? Don't Stop Me.
Yeah,
Don't
but I'm saying those
stop
are like their
me
hits.
now.
I'm saying like outside of their hits, they're kind of different.
Bohemian Rhapsodies are, I feel like, their biggest one.
Best Friend,
My favorite's that David Bowie one, Under Pressure.
Under Pressure. That's a good
Yeah.
That's
one.
like by far my favorite. By, like,
So
a
I'm
long shot.
I didn't
talking
realize
to
how many
I have
of
the
their-
News of the World album. That's the one.
Yeah, I
And
didn't
that's the
realize
one that
how many
has,
of their
like,
songs
the
I actually
We Are the
liked until
Champions
after we
and
saw
stuff
the
on it.
movie.
Oh yeah, for sure. They have a lot of songs that you don't even think they are like you're saying that are theirs, and
What's
it is
about
weird how like We Are the Champions is like you heavily used in like sports, but it's like a gay anthem. It's
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
And then, and it's crazy too because like the other two members there's three, but the other two main members were, the drummer and the bass guitarist. Like they were, the one dude just freaking helped find another planet in outer space. He's an astrophysicist. Like he's a
Dang.
genius.
spoiler.
Yeah.
spoiler. Did you talk about that in the movie?
No, they didn't talk about that in the movie. That was
Oh.
just a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
Yeah, like they're
He
like
found
they were.
Mercury.
found Mercury.
Nice. That was good. Well, we wanted to talk about, movies and stuff, but what are the big trailers that are coming out in the Super Bowl?
Endgame's supposed to be one that's coming out.
Endgame, Hobbs, and I'm not a big fan of the Fast and the Furious franchise, but we're
I
supposed
like
to get a
Fast
Hobbs and
Furious,
Shaw.
but I've been not liking them ever since like 5.
They lost me after 2. Fast and the Furious, like Too Fast, Too Furious. Like
It's Vin Diesel's fault,
Tokyo
man.
Drift.
now that they got cars like flying out of
Yeah.
planes and stuff, and it's
I
like,
enjoy them, but it's mostly because I like Star Wars or things like that. Anything that I've enjoyed from the beginning, I feel like I need to go pay tribute to what the movies have become.
I'm a huge Dwayne Johnson fan, but this is not really something I'm down for.
This
I was
is
going to
too
say,
much, though.
once The Rock joined the series, I was like out on it.
You don't like The Rock?
I love the Rock.
No, I love The Rock. Just when he joined the series, I
Oh,
was like,
yeah,
you
yeah.
don't need to be in this movie. Like, I'm out.
Dude,
Well,
he
it was
was
like Jason
huge
Statham
in one of
was
those
good.
movies.
Jason
The fifth one, I think it was.
He's a huge in all of them. Once he
no, this
came,
one is
he,
like he's like a monster though. I think that was probably the biggest he's ever been.
he's taken over that series.
Steroids.
Steroids.
He was barely in the last movie they did.
I didn't watch the last
I
one.
didn't watch it.
The
I'm just
There's
saying,
a
I'm
new
sorry,
one
not that-
coming. There's a Fast and Furious 9, and then they're
Yeah.
supposed to do a side series with an all-female cast.
To me, you
And
stop
then
after
it's
Paul
just-
Walker passed away. I thought
but they
that was
killed
the
off
time.
Wonder Woman way too early, so it's like how
She was
you
Gal
in those
Gadot?
movies.
yeah, she was.
Yeah,
in them,
she was
just-
in like the 6th one, I think,
I
right?
The
thought
one
you-
with the
I thought you just
Been
spoiled-
a long
No, that was
time.
before.
I remember I was we were in
was
Hawaii
the
and Brandon
same-
was like watching it, and I was just like, he's all sad and stuff. I'm like,
Dude, Paul Walker was my favorite actor.
You're like, why are you crying?
Dude,
What are you
Paul
crying, bitch?
I stopped watching it once Paul Walker.
Dude,
So
Paul Walker's my favorite actor, so like,
Yeah.
don't you give me.
yeah,
So
once-
you know
once
that
he-
Running
whole-
Scared. You love Running
Yeah.
Scared? That's a really good. That's by far and away Paul Walker's best
Varsity
movie.
Blues.
Varsity Blues.
Oh yeah, that's a good one
Yeah.
too.
So you know that song that they did for that final one,
Wiz Khalifa?
the
Yeah.
Wiz Khalifa one.
It's
So,
been a
Ryan and
long-
I were at the Del Mar Fair,
Oh,
and we went
yeah.
on this scary ass ride, and they started playing that song, and both of us were like, "No, we're getting off. No, change the song. I'm not listening to this death song as we go on the scary ride. I don't
No,
think
you
so."
guys were like hugging each other, crying.
We couldn't.
by the
We
time
were
you
stuck in
done.
our chairs. I was like,
Yeah, you strapped us in.
Do you see that when they came out that meme with they showed the video and they had the Philadelphia Eagles and the Lombardi Trophy going the opposite direction after they
yeah,
lost?
that's
so
a pretty good
mean.
meme nowadays. It is. It's good.
That's so messed up.
But there's another trailer. I mean, I know the Hobbs one. I'm
Toy Story. We might get a Toy Story.
Yeah, I
I
know
feel
they
like
already debunked the whole like there's gonna get a Star Wars.
Yeah,
one.
they're saying that they're not going to do any Star Wars until Star Wars Day, but it'd be kind of cool just to get a little
That sucks
teaser.
though. I feel like with the Star Wars movies, it's like you need to tease something, like because we keep forgetting, like the 2-year gap in between movies and having the one filler. It's not enough because
Well,
those movies
plus
are
there's-
not Star Wars.
There's too many rival movies that's going on. You know what I mean? You have the Marvel series, you have like DC every now and again, but
Those
Well,
you know what I mean? Like
movies.
you,
To me, I prefer not to be overly hyped for a movie, so that way when I watch it, I'm like surprised how
I
good
don't.
the movie
I'm not saying
is,
they
you
need to
know?
release a full trailer, but they got to tease something.
There hasn't been any.
Yeah.
It's supposed to come out in December.
Yeah,
There's
it's
been
coming
nothing.
out this year.
Yeah, but
Now's the
just
perfect
Don't
time.
get me overly hyped.
Did everyone
for
like-
because then when I-
Brandon's overly sensitive about movies, though.
he does. He gets like
Like-
really excited about things, and
Yeah.
he's like, "Oh, it wasn't as good as I thought it was
Yeah,
going to
but
be."
Dude,
It was
that
like-
last one was.
no,
I'm
Brandon.
so mad about that last one. I'm
Force
still on the-
Awakens?
Yeah, that one.
What
is
about what about Solo?
I don't know what I
Who
hate
likes
more, the
Solo?
fact
Solo
that
was
the-
terrible.
I like Solo.
I didn't
No, I like
it
Solo.
was different, but it was an entertaining movie. Like
love
it
that
was-
movie.
and
I
that's
like
exact-
all of them though.
That's my point, though.
That girl
because
was a
Solo,
hoe.
I had limited expectations with
Wow.
Solo, and then the actual storyline of Star Wars,
was.
my standard is so
Khaleesi.
much higher.
Brandon, you have to lower your
She was a-
expectations, man.
Dude, I look forward to these movies.
But like even like
It's
the
just-
last,
But it's like
the
you
last
see it, and
Jedi
you're
was
like,
a,
"Dang, all right, I'm ready for it." Not like this is the best movie I'm ever going to see.
the last Jedi
Dude,
was a
it
it was a
better be.
good movie. It wasn't the it was by far
It was a
not
good
the best
movie.
one,
To
but
me-
it was a good movie.
it was
to
a good
me,
movie.
it totally ruined everything they had set up in the one before. The Force
How so?
Awakens. The
I
Force,
feel like if anything, it complemented what they set
the
up
Force
beforehand.
Awakens, I felt like set up everything so well.
So what did you think they were going to set up?
So like, okay,
Tell us
so
the
they spent
story.
all this time with that guy Snoke, but they killed him off immediately in the first scene. Your
Yeah.
first scene experiencing the guy who's supposed to be the big villain, they killed him off
yeah,
immediately.
well, that's
They didn't
different than
So-
what we
yeah.
expected.
He's gonna be the big villain.
Yeah,
Dude, but
everybody
else was
assumed.
bullshit.
I'm glad he
Everybody
died. I
assumed.
hated him.
Evil.
I hated
No,
his
he was
ugly
the
ass
guy
face.
that they were building up to, like, oh, he's reporting into him, so he's the bad
No,
guy.
they
You know?
didn't
I
really
never
build
thought
him
that
up.
Snoke
They
was going to be a
really
big
build him up.
character.
Dude, I thought Snoke for sure was.
He was
I
a
thought-
lame.
just like Sidious and who was the
I
other
never
guy?
thought-
Palpatine.
But Sidious was different because
Sidious
Sidious
different 'cause
was
they didn't show his
Palpatine.
face
Like it was,
until yeah.
you know what I mean? He
compare that.
had two different
But-
lifestyles that paralleled each other.
But
and
in
you're
the
like,
Star Wars ones, Darth Vader was always talking to him, so that was the guy that Darth Vader was reporting into. So he was the big
but
bad
it was
guy.
multiple movies that it happened,
And you already
and they
knew-
also
and there's
showed,
multiple movies that this was
but they,
supposed to
they
happen.
showed
and they killed him.
Sidious as Palpatine as well. This guy was just like a foreign figure that had a hologram. and
Did
it
you
was
want
like,
to see
who's
him
that
fight?
guy?
Did you want to see
I
that?
didn't
No,
wanna see
I
him
just,
fight.
I just
His
don't want
own
him
face,
dying
his
immediately.
own, like-
just like,
No, you just wanted more development.
I wouldn't
You
want
wanna
to
know
see
where
a
he's
fighting
from.
scene with that guy.
yeah, I for
And-
sure wanted the development scene. I'm like,
No,
you're not gonna.
I was fine with them killing him off. I thought that was good for like.
so I will say I'm okay with them killing him off, but I just wanted to know more about him.
Dude,
and
so
I
you-
feel like that's
it's not
what you're
over
missing
yet,
as
though.
well.
That's the biggest thing. Is like we forget Yoda died. He came back. Obi-Wan died. He came
So
back.
But they didn't really come back. They're just
Yoda
there
never
as like
dies.
the sideline people.
So if he doesn't come back as like a spirit in the next one, are you gonna be disappointed?
No, not at all, because it's about Kylo Ren.
that's what I'm saying is why I'm okay.
I
With
think
it
it was
because
a
I feel
perfect-
like
Yeah.
it's a
It's a-
stepping stone for Kylo Ren.
It's a setup movie for the next one.
Yes.
Kylo Ren's character. I
He's
don't know.
coming.
I
He's
feel like
definitely
just-
coming out of the closet next.
He's not coming out of the closet.
What do you have something wrong with
See,
gay
I
people?
just think
No, not at
think-
all.
Oh,
I'm
yeah,
just
okay,
saying,
yeah,
like,
good backtrack.
we haven't had a gay Star
No,
Wars
for sure.
character
For
yet.
sure, my
It's-
expectations were high
gotta hit
for
that
it. But
quota.
it's Star Wars. It's been going on for a really long time, and if you're gonna make a movie, you better do a damn good job.
But
making
every
that movie.
think about it this
do
way.
a damn good
Everybody-
job.
Yeah, they better.
Everybody
fucking step
complained.
up.
They said that the
But-
Revenge of the Sith was the worst Star Wars movie ever made. They said that Attack of the Clones was the second worst Star Wars movie ever made.
This
So-
one's up there with those, in my opinion, though.
So what you're saying is half the movies that they've come out with are terrible, and you shouldn't watch them.
No, that's
So you
I
don't
just
actually
said,
like the Star Wars.
I said three of the movies that I've seen, and actually, I would probably take Attack of the Clones over this last one that just came out.
At the time, they were entertaining. At the
Yeah.
time, I was like, it's
That's
same
my
with
thing. It's
Phantom
like, it's
Menace. I was like,
entertaining.
this is the best thing ever because I never got to
Everyone-
experience.
if you enjoy Star Wars, like you enjoy this. My biggest
Every
thing
one
was,
of them is entertaining, but the storyline is kind of. They have to. That's the thing. They have to change the storyline, and that's what's hard to do.
I don't think that this one is going to be as. I think it's a piece that basically is utilized for them past where this trilogy ends. I think that they need to get rid of certain characters in order for people to understand that Star Wars universe is going to live on outside of the Skywalker clan.
And I feel like they need to add more bad guys.
They have to kill Chewie.
Yeah,
You don't kill Chewie.
they do.
No, you need to. He's done.
No.
Chewie's got to go.
He's got to go.
R2D2's
Nah.
gotta blow up.
R2D2, never heard
Never
of him.
get rid of R2D2.
Dude,
Never.
I think everybody would be happy if they killed off C-3PO, though.
yeah.
C-3PO and Finn. I don't like Finn either.
I like Finn. He's fine.
I like
I
Finn.
love Finn, and then they kind of like that's the
I don't
Force
like the
Awakens.
weird-
They
I was
kind
gonna say,
of.
I don't like the
with
weird like sexual tension him and Ray have. Like I
The
don't.
Last
I'm not a
Jedi,
fan of
though,
that.
I will
Like,
say the things that I didn't like too much was the bad guys that they had were like the
Benicio del Toro.
yeah, like that was a terrible bad guy. He wasn't good.
He wasn't that bad.
And then you have
Like,
the,
He was in that movie.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, yeah. He
But
was
he-
the
but
the
he
guy
didn't
that-
have
He's
enough
one of my
of a
favorite
role.
actors.
and then Captain Phasma or whatever. Like
Yeah.
Oh, that was
like,
so.
yeah, I didn't
she was so overplayed. It
Yeah,
was more
yeah.
about like the first female stormtrooper, and she
Yeah.
had like cool. She had like
Armor,
little
yeah.
little special plate on her shoulder. She had the silver uniform.
Yeah.
That was more just for the toys.
yeah, no, definitely.
and I bought the.
But
toy.
I'm in the Last Jedi
Where'd you
made
put
me
it?
excited for what the next movie's gonna show. I mean, obviously we're gonna look at a big battle between Rey and Kylo Ren. We still have the development of who Finn's gonna be, and then obviously the pilot with Poe. I mean, there's still a lot of good pieces that they could utilize in a trilogy. One of your movies has to be a setup, and I feel like that's what this one was. It's a setup for whatever's coming next, and they left it wide open now.
Do you think Kylo Ren dies?
No.
Do
No.
you think that they join forces, or do you think that they go their separate ways?
I think they have a weird like romantic relationship that just kind of like makes you question everything about Star Wars, and then it breaks off.
I don't know if I'm ready for this.
I do. My expectations, like, I don't have high expectations for this movie. Like, I don't have any right now. So
I'm just all
Well,
these
they haven't
I
come-
couldn't
they haven't
predict
come
movies
out with
lately.
anything yet. That's
I
Just
couldn't
all the
predict
movies lately
anything.
are just so visually appealing.
Yeah,
And that's
definitely.
really like I'm just going to watch for the spectacle of it. Like, give me something fun to look at. Do
you
some
see
cool
Spider-Man?
CGI.
Enter the Spider-Verse?
Not
You
yet.
No,
need
I'm
to
not
watch
into
that. It's the
cartoons.
best.
I've
I'm
heard
not into
a
cartoons.
lot.
It might be better than Avengers.
Stop.
I've heard a lot of that.
Cartoon.
Enrique's just crazy.
I
right
love
now.
that
It's a
movie. Like,
cartoon.
Did you?
it's
smoke some of
okay.
that
The
stuff?
thing
No,
is,
I'm
I didn't want to see it. It's a cartoon, but I feel like it's the best version of Spider-Man ever, and it might be top 3 superhero movie of all time, like far and away.
I don't know. I'm excited for this Endgame trailer. I'm excited for this whole
Dude, that-
Avengers to be. I mean, I want to see how it ends. I mean, it's been a setup since Dean and I were in high school together. The first movie him and I ever went and saw was Iron Man.
Dude,
like, it's
great.
been years in the making, and I'm just excited to see which way they go.
Iron Man has to go. I feel like
Dude,
it's his
I thought
time.
if Iron Man was gonna die, he was gonna die in the last one.
It's passing the torch to the next set of Avengers
I
characters.
could definitely see that happening, but I just feel like they toyed with it too much in the last movie.
Well,
Yeah,
we talked about this when they launched the new Spider-Man trailer that Tony Stark wasn't in it. So we're like, this is clearly his time.
Yeah.
You know, Fury's back too, which he turned to dust in the last one. So
Well, all of them. I mean,
clearly that's gonna.
Ant-Man was
they're-
stuck in the freaking quantum realm, and he's back in the next movie.
Well, they didn't show him, but
Yeah,
you
they did.
know it's gonna happen.
No, they
though,
showed
right?
him.
They did.
They showed Ant-Man in the trailer.
I thought he was on like.
He was like at the
I
end.
thought he was
Yeah.
missing, wasn't
No,
he?
he was
no,
at
he
the
was at
end.
the end, and they were like, "Oh, Ant-Man's gonna be the," because it's like Ant-Man, and a lot of people
Well-
like speculating that Captain Marvel, because the new Captain Marvel movie's coming out.
Well, I think Captain Marvel is going to be the one saving Iron Man's ass now.
Yeah. And then this is just some of the theories I've heard is that they're gonna throw Thanos in the quantum realm. Like that's where all the stuff's going down.
No,
Yeah.
but I think Captain Marvel will be like the new will be the new Iron Man, like moving forward. Because I just feel like
Captain Marvel, really?
yeah, I feel like the fact that she's a
There's
strong
still so many
female
storylines
character
that they can
and-
use with her. So,
Yeah.
like, she can go. You can start back in time, or you can start present day. I mean, I could agree with that.
I
Well,
can
her-
see Captain America going as well, and then I could see the Winter Soldier. He's kind of taking over his place. It'll probably be like Black Panther, Captain Marvel,
Spider-Man.
Falcon. He can go too.
Spider-Man's going to
Yeah.
be there still. They already got his
Spider-Man,
movie
they
set
have
up.
to.
Yeah. No.
And then I'm excited to see what happens with all the Guardians too, because I mean they obviously have a huge,
Groot will be the new.
Well, the real
Captain.
one of the
will be
things
the new
is
Iron Man.
does Gamora come back?
No,
you know,
she's dead.
I think she's dead for good too.
No.
Gamora.
Well, that would make it interesting for like Guardians of the Galaxy because
well they already put
now
that
he has to
ride
like find a
together.
new love interest and just the whole.
Well, this next
You kinda need to
this
it
next
would be good to
Guardians could
shake
be
that
bad,
up.
man, because they unloaded their
James
their
Gunn.
director, James Gunn, because he was saying a bunch of like politically incorrect stuff.
He
and
was talking
they
about,
basically
like,
unloaded him because
child.
but he was trying to like crack a joke, and it was like
it was a bad
taste.
joke, but at the same time, like maybe if he wasn't attached to Disney, he would probably still have his job.
Yeah, I would prefer to have him back, but he's actually signed on for the Suicide Squad.
Yeah, he's
sequel.
going to be attached to
So,
like a DC.
Maybe
film, so.
DC can
That
finally
movie
get a
was
win,
fucking
man. DC
terrible.
needs
What?
it, man.
Suicide Squad.
It was
No.
entertaining at the first view, and then I tried to
The
watch it the second
storyline
time.
was terrible. You were
It-
excited about the characters,
Dude, it
Harley
could have been
Quinn-
so good.
Yeah,
It could have been so good. Like Harley Quinn, I feel like
they had the perfect
Margot Robbie
characters.
did a really good job, but at the same time,
Will
I was just
Smith
like,
even did great.
he
Yeah.
did a really good job.
Will
But
Smith's one
it
of my
was
favorite
literally-
actors.
It was literally just the storyline that was bad.
Yeah, and I feel
Like,
like
it was
the villain
visually
was bad
appealing.
too.
You liked the characters. You fell in love with the characters immediately, and then they just ruined it with a crap storyline. It's like, where are you going with this?
Yeah, I didn't like the villain either.
Did you see the new Birds of Prey? It's supposed to be like a female. It has Harley Quinn, and then it has a couple of other female characters, and they kind of. It's kind of like a female Suicide Squad. That's coming out in 2020 next year. So
Yeah, we'll see, man.
I'm
There's
big.
some good
What about the
ones
new
in there.
Joker film?
That looks good too. What's
I
his
feel
name
like
again?
we could possibly get a new trailer.
Joaquin Phoenix?
Joaquin Phoenix. That dude looks scary as fuck.
Well, he's
Yeah.
a really good act. Like he's
Yeah.
attached when he gets attached to a role.
You
He's
saw
like,
him in freaking Gladiator. That dude was a menace.
Yeah. Well, he once he gets in a role, he's one of those like he's one of those actors that immerses themselves in whatever character they're in, and I feel like he's just gonna go full loony. And I wouldn't surprise
Full loony.
full loony, pretty much. I mean, he's been loony for a while. He was loony in You See Her.
Never go full retard.
No.
Never go full.
Dude, you can't say that word anymore.
Brandon, come on. That whole movie, like that's an underrated film.
What?
I feel like it's
Which one?
Tropic Thunder.
Oh, Tropic Thunder.
Oh, dude, I love that movie,
I
Tropic
wasn't sure
Thunder.
if
It's
we,
one of the best.
Changed movie.
It would never fly in today's.
Oh yeah,
I mean,
for
between
sure.
the whole blackface thing and like,
I want to wear the skin like a unitard. Fucking Jack Black.
Never go full retard.
Simple Jack, stay with us now.
that's James's nickname is Simple Jack.
That's
Jack.
amazing.
No, for real, like we've called him Simple Jack for At least 5 years.
I told Sarah my new nickname is fuck shit.
Fuck shit.
Fuck
Fuck.
shit's from
Yeah,
Mid-90s.
mid-90s.
We just watched it last night.
Fuck
What do you
shit,
think
that's
about
dope.
Fuck shit, that's dope.
Was it
Dude, it
dope?
was a really good movie.
It's dope, huh?
It's
is
a
a really
raw
good movie.
film. Like when it doesn't have like really that crazy of a plot line. It's
No,
more
but
just like a
So at first I was like, oh, I'm not really gonna relate to this movie because I wasn't a big skater. Like I grew up around a lot of Asians, so like we didn't really skateboard a lot. We just kind of played Pokemon cards and shit like that. And
right.
so when Brandon was like, oh, it's a really good movie, you're gonna like it, I was like, oh, I think it's more just relatable to him
Right.
in the
Dude, I
sense
love that
because
movie.
they skate. But Sarah and I watched it. I mean, it's really good. It has a lot of nostalgia in there. Kid was wearing like a Wu-Tang shirt. He had a Street Fighter shirt.
Yeah.
He, like all this different things. It was like, oh man, this is super relatable. The music was really good. Yeah, but overall, it was a really good movie.
Yeah,
I was surprised.
I don't even think you have to like have grown up in like the skateboard culture per se, but just having like growing up during that time and just
as
how
a,
like
as a boy.
as a boy,
As a boy,
it's
yeah.
a coming of age story, and it's really about like growing up during that time as a boy and just like building relationships with other people and just kind of getting
Yeah.
a glimpse of that and how
Yeah, the whole time we were watching it, Sarah was like, I hope I never have boys. I hope I never have boys. 'cause
Yeah,
just
it's
I was like,
pretty-
this is our
Dude,
this is how we grew
I
up.
don't know about you, but I felt so bad for the mom when she goes into the skate shop and she just reams the skate friends.
I felt bad.
And then
he, like,
and then
yells at her.
He just yells at her so loud. I feel so bad for the mom there.
I felt that scene so much
Yeah.
though.
I love the mom.
Dude,
Yeah?
she's in. I just watched.
You're
I
telling
went-
me you wouldn't take it down?
No, like
telling me you
I've
wouldn't
been
take it
like arguing with Misha because she's like she's like a promiscuous like slutty type character. I was like, she's a great mom. Like I just
watched Fantastic Beasts for the first time.
oh yeah,
I
she's
wanna
in
see
it.
that
And that's
too.
a
She's in it.
really
yeah,
good
that was
movie.
a really good movie. Like I was actually surprised because. Like
Anyways, guys, it's like 2:30 right now. We got to wrap this up. We got a Super
I have
Bowl party to
one
go.
quick comment to make.
Yeah, go.
Why are all your trash cans electronic?
Because Dean's all about
Dean's
the
trying to live in
future.
the
Because I'm all
future.
about that. All my light switches are on voice command too.
I don't get it.
Don't
I
worry about
respect
it.
you, but I don't get it.
Don't worry about it.
Have you ever played that Blink 182? All the small things. Maybe turn the lights off.
I've
Don't
never
you know
heard
the
of-
man's watching you?
Never heard of what do you call it? Blank 182.
Blink 182.
Blank?
I forget that you're like 10 years younger
I'm
than
joking, dude. Don't look at me like that. Of course I know Blink 182.
Blank?
What are you, Dean?
Is it blank or blink? No, I'm just.
Are you kidding me?
It's Blink. Just so you know that Philly's on his way. They obviously lost their beer pong tournament in downtown.
up.
Oh, let's finish it
I
up.
think we're gonna finish. They're on
Let's
their way.
do this. Everybody listening, Three Amigos on Podcast, All Bad Podcast. You can listen to us. They suck dick, so let's go.
You know what?
No,
Whatever.
dude, that's not
We're
a
gonna
good
take you
send-off.
down.
Come on, man. We're better than that.
No, I don't care.
We're better
Finish
than
it.
that.
Finish it, Dean. Finish it.
Come on,
We
Dean.
are the Three Amigos in a Podcast. We have our
Plus
special
all
guest,
bad podcast.
All Bad Podcast, one of our favorite
All Bad
podcasts
Cockcast.
in
Yeah,
San
that's
Diego.
right.
Listen to them everywhere you listen to us. Give us a like, comment, all that kind of stuff.
No, don't give them likes. Screw them. Fuck them.
You can
Nah.
give them a
We
comment.
out, bro.
No, we love all bad podcasts.
Here we go. We will see you guys Thursday.
No, you won't.
Bye.
They're done.